Hi, I'm Dr. Denise Cauble, and I'm from the College of Nursing and Health Innovation. And today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my professional learning community project. I teach nursing research and community health both online and in the classroom. And I wanted to design a synchronous learning opportunity to complete an assignment in real time within a group using Blackboard. So the name of my project is a synchronous group assignment using Blackboard Collaborate in an online undergraduate nursing research course. So during this course, students must find at least one quantitative study article about a nursing topic that they're interested in, and they find this very difficult. About 25% of the class cannot identify a quantitative nursing study the first time that they try for a grade. And so I wanted to see if I couldn't increase their success rate in finding this article. The students go on to use this article in their week 4 of a larger project when they are identifying evidence-based practice to change their nursing practice. So this actual assignment that we do together in a group takes place in week 2 of a 5-week online nursing research course, and the students they search for this article in a group, and as we go through the research process and the steps that they need to do within the library at UTA. Many of the students have never been through the library in the online setting, and they just never have. A lot of them have not taken the time to learn how to use the library. So they retrieve a study article in real time from a nursing database, Synchronous. They ask questions via chat, and they have a PowerPoint where we actually go through each step. There's 6 steps of actually doing the assignment. We use hyperlinks to the library guides and video tutorials, and we watch those together. And we tour the databases for health studies, which includes Synchronous and PubMed and the academic search complete. They will develop some keywords where they can actually go in and enter those and find their own article. So students are actually familiar with Collaborate in this venue for online office hours, but they have not used this technology in the nursing research classes for an actual assignment where they'll be assigned a grade. So the problem I identified was that approximately 25 of the students in these undergrad online nursing research courses are unable to find an appropriate kind of quantitative research study. We give them a list of the type of studies that they should not use and that they can't turn in for a grade, and yet we get those many times. So not being able to find a study article impacts other assignments in the course due to our scaffolded format. So whatever they do in week 2 will affect the remainder of the weeks that they're in the course. So the purpose, of course, was to use a synchronous learning strategy to enhance online students' abilities to retrieve quantitative nursing articles from the UTA library databases. Now, we use several different technologies. We use the whiteboard in Blackboard Collaborate, and we view a PowerPoint. We have embedded videos that they view, and we actually go over library guide hyperlinks. We use those to actually validate that they have found a proper article. We use the chat feature for question and answers during the sessions, and I will say that some of the students are reticent about using chat. They don't like to ask questions, and I get a lot of emails sometimes, so I've really encouraged them. I stop frequently and ask them to type in their questions, and we're seeing if we can't improve the use of the chat feature within Blackboard. So by the end of the activity, The students should have a correct article that they can use for their grade, and that they can use for their week 4 evidence-based practice project. So one of the great things about the methodology of using Collaborate session is that the students are familiar with it, and you have support if you need it. The students interact with the instructor. A lot of times we'll have 2 instructors at the computer, or where we can one can man the chat while the other one is actually taking the students through the assignment, and that is a very good thing, nice thing to do. You can see here that we have several steps that I'm not going to repeat, but we do watch a tutorial, and I have them choose their keywords, and they'll be typing those in, where we can just make sure that they have the concept of identifying keywords in order to be able to enter those into the database to find an article. Part of the activity is actually identifying some examples that I have, and to see whether those are correct quantitative studies or not. And students like to do that. They like to tell you whether you've chosen the correct article or not. In step 6, evaluation of this search activity, I'm trying Poll Daddy for the first time, and I like that for immediate student input. I think that students like to take polls, and so I have that on a hyperlink that they're able to go in and use at the end of the assignment. Originally, I had them turning this assignment in by the end of the day for a grade, but I will also have this available for students that aren't able to come to the Synchronous session, and so I'll have them all turn everything in by the end of the week, when they have most of their assignments are due on Saturday nights. So as far as the assessment of this activity, Blackboard was very easy to set up with PowerPoint. I was happy to learn how to use PowerPoint within Blackboard. I had not been doing that. And so I can use that for other talks, webinars, and assignments. I need to be sure that I checked the embedded links prior to the presentations, because I did have one episode where my links were broken. And so I need to do that. The library has numerous resources for students that are underutilized for this assignment, so I believe that they will be able to take this information and use this in other classes as they are looking for evidence-based studies to direct their patient care. Students are reticent to chat during the session and ask questions, so they're usually, you have 1 or 2 students, maybe more, that do a lot of the talking, and other students do a lot of listening. So some of the strategies that I could use to improve this may include asking students questions directly, and doing more frequent pauses for questions between slides, and having more interaction, asking students questions directly about the information on the slides. Length of time has yet to be determined for this assignment, because I've done a little bit different every time, and so I'd like to be able to kind of get this into more of a schedule, where I'd be able to tell the students how long that they'll be tied up with the activity, even though they can come and go throughout the session. So I've done a pilot of the presentation and received positive feedback from the students. I don't know if it's because it's a synchronous online activity, or because they are just getting a lot of the information that they need to do well on their assignment. But nevertheless, for whatever reason, I think that they've enjoyed it and have been able to actually get more focused attention from an instructor about this assignment. So I made some changes in the assignment due to this pilot, and so I did have one exemplar of finding an article, and so I've added another one. I did embed a polldaddy.com poll for immediate feedback. We talked about that in our Synchronous PLC. So I was glad to learn how to do that. And students will be encouraged to turn in their assignment on the same day, and maybe they can get some more feedback, but they'll be given the opportunity to look for another article by the due date. So I'm going to give them 2 opportunities to do this assignment. So we're going to use this in future undergraduate nursing research online courses beginning in May 2016. So I have a link to the Synchronous research assignment. It's actually the PowerPoint that we use to go through the assignment with the students, and it's available on PowerPoint within this website. So you can take a look at that if you want to, and thank you for allowing me to present this to you.